Hi everyone, welcome back to the session. Now we are going to see research methodology. So what is research? So research is an attitude or it may be an attempt to explicit facts. It is a systematic and scholarly application of scientific method. Why we need research? So the main purpose of research is to find the answer for the unpredictable, unsolvable problems with their scientific procedures. So, let's see what are the topics we are going to see. So, definition of research. As I said earlier, while you are approaching a problem or a fact, you should try to sort out it systematically and analytically. If you are going to draw up a picture or anything else, first we have to see whether it is possible for us, and we have to check whether it is in the size of A4 or A3, and we have to check what is the measurement and what is the size and what are the equipments needed and how we can draw the image. So all this sequence comes to the process in research. So research is categorized with the logical and the systematic approach. So the research may not be on the new ideas or new topics. It comes only or it may be from the already existing proposals. So we have a proposal and we want to improvise it and we are getting ideas from those proposals. So next, what we are going to see is characteristics of research. As I said earlier, the research is a scientific investigation. So what is the meaning of research? Research is search again. Once we are finding a problem, we have to search in many documentation and many references from the expertise to get clear what we have observed is correct or not. Then the second thing is it helps in developing and evaluating concepts and theories. So if you are finding a solution, now we see in the COVID time, everyone are working towards how to get rid of our problems. In our education sector, we have found and evaluated the solution through online teachings and LMS systems. So, for every problem, there is a solution, and we have to work out on it. So, how to get rid of the current situations? So, the police, what they did in the COVID time, they can't able to go for patrols. They are using a helicopter system or robotics to control and to see what is happening around the areas. So there is no limit or a time period for the research. The research is observing or finding or getting knowledge. It once we are getting into a research area, our knowledge gets expanded and we get more idea and we get more in-depth ideas over each and every topics. So finding through research cannot be implemented. What does mean by cannot be implemented? So we know that now we are predicting or finding medicines for the coronavirus, but we can't implement it immediately. We have to test it. We have to find the plus and minus, or we have to find the merits and demerits. Once it has been done, once it is proved that it can able to sort out the problem, then only we can able to implement it. So it takes time. Research cannot be done in an overnight time period. So it is an essential tool and it is important to have a good decision on each and every aspects. So next, the aim and objectives of research. What is the main aim of research? So the main aim of research is we have to find the true and clear solution for what problems and the solution which is hidden. So we'll go with the real-time examples. In the COVID time, we are finding a solution on what to do for education sectors. In each sector, we are finding a solutions. We may find the solutions, but we are not doing it properly and we are not taking an interest to clear it. So there are lots of solutions. When there is a problem arises, automatically there will be a solution along with that problem. So we have to think When the problem arises, there will be a solution along with the problem also. We can find the solution for the problem within the problem itself. So once the virus exposed, we'll have find out everyone find out a solution. So we are becoming so cautious about our food habits, and we are prescribed to have allopathy or home medicines for each and every aspect. So the main thing of a research is it has to find the true solution for hidden problems. So what is objectives of result? So once we are going out with the result, we'll get the familiarity of each and every topics. It's an exploratory or formulating research studies. And the second thing is portray accuracy. Once we are getting out into the result, we can't predict that the result what we have found out is accurate. It may be approximate, but we have to try and found it as descriptive research studies and determining the frequency with which something occurs. So if you are finding for a medicine for a virus or something else, if we are finding a tool, let's see an example of COVID. If you are going to find out what are the symptoms for the coronavirus, we have a lot of symptoms. We are daily analyzing it, we are daily diagnosing it, what can be the solution and how it can be rectified. Daily they are updating these symptoms. It may be the symptoms. We have find some other symptoms. We have to diagnose it. What may be the symptoms. So it's a deep learning towards a problem. Then text hypothesis of a causal relationship between the variables. So what is the sync? We'll go with the real-time example. It may be helpful for you to continue your studies, and once you're going for the topic, it is easy for you to observe. Once you're going with the real-time example, the causal variables, we have to sync with the problem and the solutions, and what are the relationship between the variables that uses while we are making a test on each variables. So next thing is we had the research in two areas, that is positivism versus post positivism. So what is mean by positivism? So positiveness is what we think as when we are approaching a thing or when we are going for a test, we should be positive whether, let's see, while you are attending your mock test or something else, or you are going for a practice, you should have a positivism. So positivism is basically based on epistemology and methodology. So epistemology is the philosophy of knowing. So what is happening and how it is happening. And methodology is how to approach that problem and how to get rid of the problem. So once we come for positivist way of research, how they will view the research as it's the what we are getting from the science is true. They'll think whatever they'll get from the research or science, it's always true. It is deterministic. It can be implemented, and it can predict the solution for the problem, and it can be mechanistic. So we can use it and we can apply the science, and we can use the method for a further improvisation, and it only deals with what we see and what we measures. So positivists always think that only the things what we can see in the real time and what we can able to apply and what we can able to make it possible. So science is always an objective in the view of positivists. As we go for the positivists, so they think it is a common sense and science. So when we are telling a solution for the problem, if you are telling that this medicine will cure, they'll think, is it possible? Are they telling everything with a common sense? They'll view, will it works or not? So is there any reality? So what we called with the real-time examples, some people are they believe in God, they'll tell there is a God, He will take care of everything. They are like positivists. I don't want to say is there is a God or not. I don't want to go into controversy. I'll just tell you, positivists are like they believe that objects or things that will be happening and that will be around them. But positivism is not like that. They'll never believe on the object. They'll go beyond the object. They will test what is beyond that. And research is not the one thing. They have to go beyond and they have to have a ideology of all those things what they have discussed. So types of research. As I told you, the types of research is of three types. So first one is application, objectives, and inquiry mode. So first thing is pure research or applied research. So pure research is completely based on the theories and the existing proposals, and we have a great analysis. The applied is for immediate solutions. They'll immediately give a solution. They'll never go for research or any prior works. So objectives is descriptive and explanatory. Descriptive is just a glance of work, and explanatory is they have a complete explanation of what are the problems and solution related to it. Then correlational research. And the second thing is explanatory and quantitative and qualitative. So let's see. In the classification one, it's a general classification. So what is fundamental research, pure research, or basic research? For this, it just carried out only for the sake of knowledge. What do you mean by sake of knowledge? So everyone have a research studies. So they just get into a topic or an area to just get the knowledge what is it and what is it and how it is working and what is the necessity. They'll just go what they can gain through it. So the next thing is developing theory by discovering broad generalization and principle. Once they are getting knowledge about the topic on the research area, they started to develop a theory in a broad how it works and what are the requirements and what is plus and minus of this. The experimental is psychological laboratory. What do you mean by psychological laboratory? So everyone will have a research studies. They'll look for things what is happening around, and it's really a psychological issues, and they will carry out each and every topic and they experiment it and they find all the aspects and solution for it. So the experimental study is through procedures, through sampling. They'll have a sample. If we said this materials is working properly while we are buying a cloth, we'll set the fabric and materials and we'll sample. Before we ordering a huge bulk of items, we'll get a sample and we're going to have the test of how it works and what it does. So this comes under psychological laboratory. So next thing is organized through different procedures. We have different procedures called sampling, hypothesizing, and fact finding, and everything comes under pure research. The next thing is natural phenomena. Natural phenomena is when we come for a research area, if it is computer science or biology, everything is correlated with the mathematical formulas. So we have to calculate how it is related to human behaviors and how it is carried out and what are the methodologies we have to know. So these kind of researches are used only developing theories and generalization and while we are setting your principles. They uses the methods of sampling, hypothesizing and laboratories. So next thing is applied research. Applied research is nothing but it's undertaken with the immediate solution. If we said, just say an example that if you are getting hit by a box or something chairs, we automatically will take our legs from it. So this is the immediate solution for the problem. It can be undertaken only for the immediate problems. If we are facing government has suddenly announced the lockdown, what are the things we can do immediately? We can buy the things, we can keep it aside, and we can't able to predict it for the long term. It's a short term solution for the problem. So applied research will give you a short term solution for the problems, and it will give you the solution immediately for the problem, but only for the short term. So finding a solution for the problem is generally examples of social calamities or natural disorders in the real world and modern world methodologies. So example is marketing research. So once you are going for marketing, The solution for selling a product should be immediate. It should not elaborated. It should not take a long time to launch a product. So next thing is action research. It is an immediate application. So it is an immediate application. What we say, it is developed immediately without have a prior knowledge, without have a prior experience towards the theory. They have never learned anything. If you say some action research is just an example, if you are giving a problem or real life issue to our parents will give an immediate solution. They'll never prepare anywhere, they never studied anywhere, they'll give all the experience and theory to you and their real life examples. So next thing is exploratory research. It is a study of unfamiliar problems. So the knowledge, while we are going for computer science, we'll have a problem in the mathematics as well as in the biology, but we are not familiar with the subject, but we try to learn how to get rid of the problems with the unfamiliar subjects or topics. So secondary thing is developing of hypothesis rather than their testing. So we have an assumption, it will be like that, it can be like this. So we'll give a solution but in the approximation values. So next thing is descriptive. So descriptive includes surveys and fact-finding inquiries of different kinds. Once we are buying a product, if you are just say an example, if you are getting a product from Amazon or online market, we'll just see how many of them have got the product and what is the rating and how fact it is helpful, and see all the arrangements and reviews and ratings, then only you can go for the product. So the major purpose of this descriptive research is, it is a state of affairs as it is at present situations. It look at only in the present situation. In the social science and the business researchers, it is always termed as ex post fact research. So this research is based on the existing variables and existing data. It never have a record of pre-data. Its solution is only based on the current research works and current areas and current solutions. So the data and variables may be changing accordingly. If someone, for example, if you buy a product on Amazon, if it has a 5 rating, after a few months it don't have 5 ratings. So we doesn't have a control over the variable or data what we are getting for buying and choosing a product. So next thing is evaluation study. So evaluation study is a type of applied study. It also provides an immediate solution. It may be taking a stock of effectiveness of social or economic problems. It can give an immediate solution to the natural calamities, social problems. Example, we have COVID, we have flood. So this kind of problem it can able to provide. An example is family planning schemes. So next thing is diagnostic study. So it is similar to a descriptive study, but a different focus is, so what is directed towards discovering it. If you are finding a problem, so we have to find where it is started and why it is started and what is happening around the problem and what are the factors will affect if it causes a damage to the entire society. So once you are getting into the problem, the diagnostic study will see. So if we see an example of COVID, we are analyzing where it comes from and how it comes from and who is the uh, authority for this problem and where it is originated and what are the causes of the problem and how will affect the society and what are the effect it going to produce on the future. So we are analyzing all the facts in the diagnostic study. So next thing is classification 2. It's a comparative study. It is descriptive and analytical. It descriptive fact will always have the solution for the existing content. While we come for the analytical, we'll have a prior example or prior studies will go out with the existing procedures. It is also known as ex post facto research. So descriptive is uses only the current status of the variables. So in the analytical studies, the fact analyzed to make a critical solution. So we are analyzing multiple. If you are going to market tomorrow, we'll analyze various facts. Whether we are going by car or two-wheeler or bus, we'll analyze various practical, and we'll think which is affordable and which is comfortable and which is safety, and we'll conclude with a single thing which is very easier for us to go on. Then this research, as I said earlier, we don't have a control on descriptive research on variables because the variables are changes occasionally and periodically. It's a dynamic variables. So descriptive uses always a dynamic variables, but analytical uses a static variable. So it uses to discover the causes that cannot be controlled. So the variable cannot be controlled. It gives you an immediate solution. So it finds the fact basically on